Hey beauties, it's Riri. Today's video is going to be a short and sweet what I packed in my makeup bag for my vacation. In my recent Ice Cream Beauty bag unboxing, I asked if you guys wanted to see what I actually took on vacation, and you guys took it a step further and asked what did I actually use out of the things that I packed. I took very minimal makeup because we went to the mountains and we generally spend our time in the river and we kind of just stay at the cabin and do our thing there. So I pack enough that like if we go to dinner or anything like that and go to our favorite little shops and stuff that I have something. So hence just having a small bag. I will run through everything that I have and then I will show you what I did use, didn't use, and kind of my very quick like 8 minutes. This took 8 minutes in real time while I was doing my makeup there. But I'll show you everything, kind of break everything down for you guys. Nothing's going to be in order because clearly it's just in there, y'all. It's just shoved in there. I do really quickly want to go ahead and prime first though, and then I'll kind of run down the bag because I like to let my primer set for a second. But this is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. This was gifted and as you can see, it's almost gone. I absolutely love this primer so much. But it is a really beautiful texture. It really does help to diffuse and kind of take away from the large pores. And I don't often find that with more, pore blurring or blurring type primers, but I do feel like this one actually does work and does help. So huge fan of this. All right, I'm gonna get me a towel. I always work with a towel in my lap because I used to have a really bad habit. Anybody else? Y'all be truthful now. I would have a bad habit of getting my pants and stuff stained. Yeah, it's okay. So I packed my Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer just because, let me get it out of my nose, just because it does kind of diffuse. I have a lot of redness, rosacea, broken capillaries, larger pores. So I like something like this to just kind of make sure that my base is kind of ready for my foundation and stuff like that. I have my Judy brush from the crayon case, my favorite brush of all time. I've repurchased, I have gifted, I've put these in giveaways. I absolutely love this. I am a big fan of a huge open fluffy brush for my bronzers. There's just something beautiful about that brush, y'all. I love it. I brought my GRWM Cosmetics Puff, also my favorite. I brought my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Cupcake. I brought my little sponge. This is a Real Technique sponge. I brought some Pacifica Glowing Glycolic Acid Orange and Vanilla Makeup Removing Wipes. Just a small pack of these. I also brought this little mini travel of the Clean It Zero Cleansing Balm. And these two work beautifully together. Obviously, I'm not going to demo these, but this is what I used in the evening to take off my makeup. The one and only time I actually did wear makeup. For my brows, I have my base blue brow pencil. I have my Glossier Boy Brow. Yes, Boy Brow. And then I also have my Benefit Mighty Fine Brow Pen. And this trio is perfection, y'all. I love it. I also have my e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint. This is shade, I believe, number 8. I have a brush to press that out with or blend that out with, and then my sponge, which I go on top of no matter what foundation type product I use for a little bit of extra coverage, and or if I only need just a little something, don't want to do anything else. I brought my Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. This is medium, light medium sand. I have 2 itty bitty babies of the MAC Fix Plus. Again, I try to pack just as minimally as I possibly can. I have my favorite perfume currently at the moment. This is the Ellis Brooklyn, the Guava Granita. And I love this so much, matter of fact. I'm about to take my mom and them grocery shopping, so I want to look kind of cute today, y'all. I have 2 little brow spoolies. I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay Shimmering Light in Champagne Glow. If you are looking, and this was a mini, I think I got it for like 10 bucks. If you are looking for a pretty damn spot on dupe for the ABH Amrezy, this is it. I also brought, and I probably need to put that on first too, the Sasho, I'm probably saying that wrong, the lip liner stain. I don't know what shade this is. I should have worn my glasses, sorry y'all. But I love this so much. Like, even well before anybody else kind of figured it out or it went viral. I got this in a gift with purchase from Ulta a long time ago, and I absolutely love it. I did pack my Gourmande Girls Glitter Primer because the only eyeshadow that I ended up taking was this little Too Faced Disco Crush in Fairy Dust. I was going to take a palette with me, but I was like, I literally know I only wear makeup probably once during the entire time. I packed my Huda Glow Bronzer from Benefit, one of my all-time faves. I have 2 little mini mascaras, the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow and the Benefit Fan Fest. I am a fan of taking minis. That's why I like my IPSY glam bag so much. And then I also packed my Benefit Tint because this could be something that I could use on the cheeks or on my lips. So that is the rundown of everything. The only products out of everything here that I did not use at all were the glitter glue, the Tarte highlight, and the Too Faced Disco Crush. I will use them for today because I am going somewhere, but I did not use those 3. Everything else, oh, and I didn't use the Huda. I think I used the Fan Fest. Everything else though, I used everything. So I'm quickly gonna take my little lip oil off, and I'll go ahead and apply the lip stain first so it can set, and then we'll kind of go through there. And again, in real time with me just standing in the bathroom the day we did go to lunch and stuff like that, it took me exactly 8 minutes. I will say, however, I did wear the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint the entire 5 days. Because I am somebody, of course, I like the coverage. We are on the river every single day. I like the sun protection, of course, but I also like the coverage. Because my face is much lighter than the rest of my body, it just blends in and makes it look a little bit more cohesive. And then with my redness and stuff like that, I also enjoy having just a little bit of coverage. So yeah, I did wear this every single day. All right, so with this, it's gonna look kind of crazy, a little intimidating. And you do not want to let your lips touch. And this is just going to sit for literally just a second. All right, next up, I'll go in with this. I look insane. And I'm a huge fan of this. I have used it multiple times. Like I said, the entire time I was there, I used it. And you need less than you think. Like, that's enough. That's enough for my entire face. I am a fan of using a brush for this. And again, I wasn't aiming for, you know, a full-on look. I was not going for glam or anything like that. I wanted just enough to obviously protect my skin from the sun and give myself a little kiss of coverage while on the river. But then going out and about that day, it also obviously protected my skin from the sun. And just, it gave me a little bit more of a cohesive, you know, look as far as my face and my neck matching. And you guys, I love this. Like, it's already in my cart again for Ulta, and I will 1000% be repurchasing. I have very sensitive skin and very sensitive eyes, and I'm saying that because there are a lot of SPF facial products. I can't even take myself seriously, y'all. A ton of SPF makeup products that as soon as I sweat, or like I said, I mean, I swam with this on my face. You know, I can sweat or I get in a body of water and then that SPF gets into my eyes and it is absolutely excruciatingly painful. My eyes will burn and stuff like that. Sometimes my actual skin on my face is very sensitive to it. I'm gonna get a tiny bit more. But I have had 0 issues with this, you guys. And I've said this, I've raved about this product, you guys. Specifically if you have dry skin. I've definitely heard mixed reviews if you do have oily skin. Because you can see with me even having very dry skin, like it's got a little bit of a glow and stuff to it. It's a little bit more loomy, which I love. I love that about it. But I have worn this in the pool at the river. I have worn it for 14 plus hours. I've sweat like insanely badly in this. And it's just beautiful, you guys. It lasts so incredibly well. It looks so beautiful on my skin. Huge fan. This is definitely going to be in like my top products of 2025 for sure. I also, yes, I did use my Tarte. The only time that I generally will use this is if I'm just looking extra dark through here. I'll do, and I mean a dot. And then I do like a little something right here where I have like some old scarring, and sometimes my makeup and foundations don't really stick there. And then I'll go in with my sponge, and it just gives me that extra added little bit of coverage for this area. Again, the only day I actually wore makeup was when we all went to the restaurant and went to shops and stuff. The rest of the time, I didn't even do a brow or anything, you guys. I literally went in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. So that just gives me a little bit of added coverage just in the areas where I need coverage. And then all this is going to do is help to just kind of give me a light, bright appearance for the inner corner area. And I did kind of really go into detail as far as our trip and kind of what, you know, that area means to us and stuff like that. So if you did miss the Ice Cream Beauty bag unboxing, that is up on my channel. It is the previous video. I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. You can see when I kind of tighten my lips, I'm going to find a little place and gently walk it across. And you can see, as intimidating as that looks, it's not intimidating at all. Like it's a beautiful, beautiful color. I actually love this so much that I repurchased and got another one in the shade 01 Nude, and it's a true nude. This one I have not tried just yet, but it was on sale through Ulta, and I loved this so much that I got it. Again, peeling it off. If you do have drier lips, you can see it's kind of collecting here. I literally, from here, you guys, I'll take a wipe and I just wipe it, or full transparency, I go to my bathroom and I just wet my finger and wipe it off. All right, so you can see just how pretty and soft and natural it is, and it does not budge. It is staying there. Next, I did go in, of course, on the day that we went out, and I did set my base. I go in with my puff. I actually pick up quite a bit of product, and then I press the rest out on my hand or on the actual lid. And you guys, when I tell you I do the faintest little dusting of powder, I mean a very, very small amount, like enough to just set. But because I do have dry skin, I have to be a little bit more cautious of the amount of powder that I place on my skin. And there's just something that's so beautiful about this powder. It's very smoothing, very blurring, but it's not overly dry, and you can see the difference. This is a little bit more mattified, but in a soft kind of diffused way, not in a dry, cakey, masky way. And then you can see, even with nothing else on, you can see kind of how glowy and dewy this is. Now, in the wintertime, I would not mess with this. And then on the days we just went, you know, down to the water, I did not set that. And I do like to set with this because sometimes, because it is a little bit more kind of glowy dewy, sometimes when I go to apply powder products on top of it, sometimes they will skip. So that little dusting just kind of helps with everything, kind of helps me to be able to blend. And usually I would have already gone in and done my brows. I'm going to go straight into the Huda Glow. I do pick up quite a bit, and I like to stay very, very high, kind of more up into my actual hairline. About that, my husband called, y'all. So I stay quite high up, and this has enough of just a little sheen to it, like a slight kind of luminescent quality to it. It's not super shimmery, it's not glittery or anything like that, but it just gives enough that I just do look sun-kissed, and that's kind of the purpose of a bronzer. So again, keeping it nice and high, and it's always going to be slightly more diffused because of the size of the brush that I use. And I do like to bronze up pretty heavily. And kind of my general everyday type of thing, I either go in with 3 shimmers and just pop them on with my finger, or I take a fluffy brush and run the same bronzer or blush that I've used into my crease. And it just kind of makes a very easy, kind of no makeup monochromatic type of look. So yeah, I am going to press out the little bit of the foundation that I have on my eyes. I'm going to go in with this. I'm not going to use any other product or anything with this. I'm literally, guys, just because I'm going to the store today, I want to pop a little something, something on. So I'm going in with my finger. And if you're familiar with the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm, this is that same thing. It is absolutely incredibly beautiful, you guys. It looks like a beautiful shimmering night sky. It looks so beautiful and so unique and different with whatever shade you put underneath it. This is a beautiful product. So again, I did not use this that day. Which I have to say, for me to only, you know, not use just a couple of the products that I brought and I used everything else, I'm actually pretty proud of that, because I tend to, and maybe this is an ADHD thing, I'm sure it is, I tend to overuse and overpack. But I always have the theme of, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and no. I'd rather need it. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. There you go. I'm going to go in with a little fluffy brush, pick up just a little bit, and very lightly graze just the very top of my cheeks. This can be quite intense, so I take a less is more approach, and ooh, it's so beautiful, you guys. Yeah, I tend to way overpack, but it's also something that I think because of my anxiety and stuff, I'd rather be overly prepared. And I mean, to the point where, like, I literally take, you guys, I take Band-Aids, I take Tums, and, you know, all kinds of stuff. I literally take all the shit that, I mean, maybe we don't always need it, but, you know, I have it with me. All right. Then I went in, of course, and I spray and set the makeup. And I'm going back to my sponge. Before everything has a chance to completely set down, I walk my sponge very softly, very gently. This works also if you have oily skin. This just kind of takes away any powderiness, cakiness, chalkiness, anything like that. And it really kind of helps the makeup become one with the skin, kind of sink into the skin, as opposed to like sitting on top of the skin like a mask. Then I'm going to do my brows. I'll speed this part up. This is absolutely nothing new to you guys whatsoever. Going in with the base blue first. All right, then I'm going to go in with the Benefit. I didn't use this on my cheeks at all. I put a little bit to the bottom lip. And then again, I'm keeping that same little makeup wipe because I'm aiming for something that's bulletproof, but still very soft and natural, but kind of that blotted lip effect. And I did bring my Too Faced Kissing Jelly Gloss, but that is in my purse, and I keep one in my purse at all times. Literally from here, you guys, I'm going to throw on a coat of mascara, and that is it. And I like to say that I like to do a little half coat of mascara, meaning I'm kind of more so focusing like on the ends of the lashes, like the tips of the lashes. And just doing enough to just kind of open up the eye. So you can see the difference in just that a little half coat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not curling the lashes. I'm not spending a long time on them or anything like that. And like I said, standing in front of the mirror at the cabin, it was literally 8 minutes. And that's it. That is the look that I did. I did throw on my gloss when we went out, but of course, like I said, that's in my purse. Yeah, I think for the little bit that I took, I feel like it's just a little bit. I mean, for it to all fit in here, I feel like that's pretty darn good. And me to only not use like 3 different products, I think that's pretty great. And it also kind of put it in perspective for me. So I'm glad that I was asked, like, what did you actually use of everything? I feel like for me, it puts it in perspective. I'm going to show you guys. I normally take this massive Alley Glines makeup thing, and I love this. I swear by it, worth every penny. It still looks brand new, but you guys, I take this. And I don't always use everything that, obviously, I don't always use everything that's in there. So to kind of know that I can scale it back, I would have maybe taken a palette with me, maybe a neutral palette. I do oftentimes take my Nomad Air palette, the little neutral one, and I had the intention of taking this one because it's so small. Even had I have popped in just a small palette, I still feel like that would have been a well-rounded, kind of collective little makeup look. But yeah, like even just doing something like this, and I speak to this a lot, like I'm all for just something that's very quick and very on the go, something that just makes me feel a little bit more alive, a little bit more fresh. Like, this is that look for me generally. But yeah, it definitely puts it into perspective. Like, I don't need everything that I'm taking, and I definitely kind of excessively pack. That's like, I didn't even wear one of the pairs of pants. I didn't wear 3 of the shirts that I took. So for future kind of trips and vacations, I know now to just kind of reel myself in a little bit, and maybe this could be something that could be helpful to you guys. Really kind of sit in the moment and ask yourself, like, if I'm going here and I know I'm only going to be on the river the entire time, I'm going to be in the ocean the entire time, you're camping outdoors and nobody's really going to see you, you're camping, you're fishing, you're four-wheeling, do we really need a bunch of makeup for that? And look, if you do want to wear a full beat, baby, you do you. Do what makes you feel like the best version of yourself. Y'all know what we look. This is a happy place. This is a safe space, and no way is the wrong way. If you hate makeup, that's also fine. But yeah, this was enough for me. And like I said, I wear the e.l.f. Halo Glow every single day, you guys. It's enough to just give me that little boost of confidence and give me that, my favorite word to use is just fresh. I feel fresh and I feel youthful. And I just feel good. But yeah, that is everything that I packed, and then everything that I actually used for our vacation, for our vacation. Thank you guys so much for wanting to see the video. I really appreciate it. And in saying that, what do you normally take? What are your staples in every single, you know, overnight bag or whatever that you pack? What are the top 3 things you absolutely have to have? For me, SPF, always, always, always a brow and bronzer. I really like to have something for my lip too, but I feel like bronzer, I can rock it in my crease. And again, it makes me just feel kind of more alive, more fresh. But yeah, those are probably mine. Of course, I like mascara. If I could pick 5, it'd be mascara and a lip oil or lip type product. But I'd like to know what your packing staples are. And do you feel like I packed enough? Too much? Was this a good blend? I'd like to know. Comment down below. I am on the road, you guys, to 10,000 subscribers this year, and I know I can do it with your help. So if you do see this and you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and give the video a thumbs up. You can also turn on your notification bell so you never miss an upload. There's also a join button right down there that you can click to become a channel member for some exclusive perks. That's it. Thank you all so much. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.